Hello, my beloved viewer. This is Prince Obi here, and today I'm here to encourage you. You know, especially at a time like now, we're really going through a lot of challenges. Especially in our country, Kenya, watu tuna struggle. We are really suffering. So kuna financial constraints, yeah. Kuna some people are sick in hospitals. Kuna mtu saizi labda is watching this from hospital. We have people who are sick from home. Yeah. Kuna watu ambao hata chakula chenyewe hawana. So we are all struggling in various ways. And that is why it's reaching a point that most of the young men are giving up. We have friends who've even committed suicide. So suicide has actually become a norm. And this is a very sad thing because wale watu ambao hata wana commit suicide, especially at a time like now, ni very young people. So recently, just from Nanyuki, tulisikia there is a very young person ambaye commit suicide kwa kujirusha kutoka juu ya building. So this is so sad. So recently, kuna some other young blogger ambaye commit suicide pia. So it is so sad. And life has always been trying to give us a reason why we should give up. I'm very sure most of us tuko hai ndio, lakini we are really struggling and we are really going through lots of things. I'm very sure si mara moja labda hata wewe mtazamaji umefikia mahali and you felt like quitting. You felt like you can take your life. Na si kupenda, it's simply because of the challenges that you may be going through. Kuna watu ambao tumefall into addiction, we are into alcoholism. At least ijaribu kufanya kidogo tukae kama tunasahau zile shida ambazo tunapitia. So, but today nimekuja with a word that is supposed to inspire you. A word that is supposed to make you at least push or press on one more day. If you feel like giving up right now, so nimekuletea neno ambalo linafaa kufanya at least to press on for one more day. Press on because you don't know doni yako itakuja lini. And there is one thing nimekuja kukuadvise ambao unafaa kuquit. So they tell us that we are not supposed to quit anything, but there is one thing we are supposed to quit in life. And that thing I decided to personally quit. And you know what it is? Personally, I decided to quit quitting. Personally, I decided to give up giving up. And that is the one thing that I came to tell you, you're also supposed to quit. It is the only thing in this world you're supposed to quit. And we all read the Bible, and I'm very sure we know about a story that is in the book of John chapter 5, verse 1 to 15. This talks about a man, an invalid man, who was sick and had been invalid for 38 years. And this man was healed by Jesus. Lakini the funny thing, wakati Yesu alikuja kumponya huyu mzee, Yesu alikuwa probably around 30 years. Huyu mzee alikuwa amengojea healing for 38 years. So that should tell you something. Hata kabla Yesu azaliwe, huyu mzee alikuwa kila siku kwa the pool of Bethsaida akingojea healing, not knowing that hata ambaye alikuwa kuja kumponya hakuwa amezaliwa. See that from the Bible. I would like you to just try. Read from the book of John chapter 5 verse 1 to 15. This man waited for 38 years. Na huyu mzee alikuwa na problem yenye most of us tuko nayo. Most of us hatuna network nzuri. Sometimes you're looking for a job. Unaenda mahali kutafuta kazi, mnaitwa interview, but not knowing that umeenda interview, lakini kuna ambaye alichukuliwa hata kabla uende interview. Na ni kwa sababu ya a network, anajulikana. So wewe kama hauna mtu, then you end up losing the job. That is why most of us are really losing a lot of opportunities, kwa sababu kuna mtu anajua mtu fulani. So kama haujulikani, then you lose the opportunities. Hata kama ni in business, hata si kwa jobs peke yake, we are losing tenders kwa sababu hatujuani. Kama Obed haujulikani, then you don't get the tender, because yule mwenye ako pale atapatia generally watu ambao anajua. So don't think that this corruption ilianzia Kenya. Don't think that this corruption ilianzia in your village. It started back in the time of Jesus, kule Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethsaida. Because this young man mwenye alikuwa pale for 38 years anangojea healing. When Jesus came to this young man, I'm sorry, not a young man, probably he was a very old man. So when Jesus came to this old man, alimuuliza, you man, do you want to get healed? And you know what this man answered? Alimwambia, you know what? I don't have anyone, I don't have any person to put me into the pool whenever the angel comes and stirs up the waters. So, and whenever I try to crawl into the water, then somebody gets into the water ahead of me and they receive healing, then I don't. So it is the same case with most of us, and that is why wengine hata wanafikia point wametafuta kazi mpaka they feel like giving up. Because umejaribu kazi mwaka moja, miaka miwili, 5 years, unazeeka, watoto wamekuja, and you still not getting a satisfying job. Simply because you don't have somebody to connect you to the job. And whenever you try to find all the ways of getting into the job, then somebody gets ahead of you. But let me tell you, despite that this was happening, the same thing was happening to this man who was at the pool of Bethsaida. Finally, his healing came from Jesus himself, who is the true healer. Hao wengine walikuwa wanaponywa kwa kuguza maji na ni malaika tu wameguza maji. Lakini this man who had been patient for 38 years, alikuja akaponywa na Yesu mwenyewe, ambaye he is the greatest of all the physicians. So let me encourage you that ufai ku give up, because wewe umetafuta job for maybe just 1 year, for maybe 2 years, for maybe 3 years. Na kwa sababu hauna mtu wa kukuconnect ili upate hiyo kazi, na ndiposa haujakuwa ukiipata. But there is this man in the Bible mwenye aliwait for 38 years, ndio ambaye alikuwa amponya akakuja. So before you give up, remember there is that man who waited for 38 years. Mimi sijui kama naweza ngojea kitu for 10 years na jaribu something, it's not working out and I'm still hoping. But then again, saa zingine hakunaga option nyingine. So instead of taking your life, afadhali kujaribu patience, because wakati unaona it's darkest, jua dawn inakuaga iko karibu sana. Even in nature, Mother Nature ametufunza hivyo. It's darkest when it's almost dawn. And it is the same. When you see it's like umefika pale mwisho kabisa, your light is usually on the way. So my fellow youths, my fellow Kenyans, don't give up. Don't give up. We still hope for a better Kenya. We still hope for financial stability. We still hope for healing in case you're sick. And ningependa pia, I give you a story that also inspires me, and that gives me a reason why I should not give up. You know, giving up is so expensive. Sometimes you give up and you lose more than you'd have lost if you didn't give up. Kulikuwa na swimmers ambao waliitwa into a competition, wakaambiwa you're supposed to swim for 7 kilometers. So 7 kilometers that time ilikuwa almost an impossible challenge. So most of the people didn't even attempt. But we have these 3 people who decided to attempt. Kajipiga kifua akasema let's try. Just like we do it life. So akaingia ndani ya maji. So wa kwanza aliswim akafika 4 kilometers akaona hii kitu ni impossible, and that is why watu wengi hata wali give up this thing. So akaamua kuswim back. After 4 kilometers akaswim akaenda pale kwa starting point, na akaambia wale managers, you guys are so unfair because mulitupatia swimming ya 7 kilometers because you knew we wouldn't make it. Sasa mnatupatia challenge yenye mnajua hatuwezi. Mbona mungetupatia ka challenge kadogo kenye at least tungeweza? Na akakasirika sana and he went home. Na alikuwa already ameswim 4 kilometers akaamua kuswim back. So wapili naye akaswim akafika 4 kilometers akaona hapana, kangengana at least akafika 5 kilometers. But akaona hii kitu ndiposa watu wengi walikataa kuattempt. This is an impossible challenge. So akaamua kuswim back na akaenda akatoka mahali ambako alianzia. So he decided to give. Na akakuta wale managers, akawaambia nyinyi sijui mnakaa namna gani, because mbona mnatupatia something ya 7 kilometers, at least mngetupatia something like 5 kilometers, that is manageable, at least hata ningemaliza niweze kupata hiyo zawadi. So you're giving us very big presents because you know very well we cannot finish, we would not have finished the 7 kilometers. Na akakasirika, akarusha mikono, akaenda nyumbani. After swimming 5 kilometers, na akaswim back 5 other kilometers. Watatu akangengana because yeye alikuwa amejiamini swimming. Akaenda 4 kilometers, akaenda 5, akaenda 6. Akaona this one is now impossible. Akasikia kabisa ameishiwa. So akaamua pole pole aswim pole pole, akaswim back. Kama kuswim pole pole, akingengana akipumzika hadi akafika the starting point. Na akawakemea wale managers. Akawaambia, you people, patieni watu something that is not something that is manageable. Hakuna haja mnatupatia 7 kilometers and you deeply know hakuna mtu umewahi sikia amemaliza 7 kilometers. Mungetupatia something that is more manageable. So these managers wakaona this is too much, na wakaamua kuongea na huyu swimmer wa mwisho. Wakamwambia, you know what, tukiangalia sisi kwa measurements zetu umeswim 6 kilometers, ulikuwa umebakisha only 1 kilometer. But then na hasira zako na tempa zako na kukuit kwako ukaamua kuswim back kwa sababu uliona kama huwezi maliza 1 kilometer. Na ni kwa sababu hukujua umebakisha 1 kilometer. Umeswim back 6 more kilometers na ukatoka. You've taken more of your time yenye haungetumia kuswim that 1 kilometer. Sasa umeswim 12 kilometers instead of 7. Mwenzako huyo wa pili hapa ameswim 5 kilometers akagive up, akaamua kuswim back, ameswim 10 kilometers. Si tuliwapatia only 7. And ule wa kwanza mwenye aliquit mapema kabisa alikuwa ameswim 4 kilometers akaamua kuswim back, that is 8 kilometers. So nyinyi wote mungemaliza the 7 kilometers, but now you decided to give up. Simply you didn't know that the distance yenye ilikuwa imebaki ni kidogo kuliko ile ambayo umemove. So this should encourage us, dear viewer. So wewe umestruggle for so long, umetafuta job, umefanya nini for 5 years, and then you decide to give up all of a sudden. Unasema, mimi hata hizo job sitafuti, acha life ikae vile inataka. You get into drugs and you quit pressing on, not knowing that labda ungejaribu hiyo siku moja ama hiyo mara moja ambapo umebakisha, labda unge succeed na succeed forever. Hebu angalia in the Bible. To assume this man who had been ill for 38 years, hiyo siku ya mwisho aliamua, nimeamua ku give up kwa sababu mimi hata sina mtu. I'm just wasting my time kushinda kwenda huko for healing. Acha nikae kwa nyumba nikufie kwa nyumba badala ya kufa nikistruggle. Assuming this man decided to give up. Siku hiyo yenye Yesu alikuwa amepanga kutembea at the pool of the bedside, this man wouldn't have been healed. So never ever give up. And before you give up, angalia safari ambayo umetoka. Ni kitu umework for very many years. You decide to give up on your family. This family mmekuwa now for 10 years. But you don't want to push one more day with that family. So don't ever give up, because you don't know your tomorrow, because your tomorrow is definitely going to be better than your today. So this one comes to encourage us. We are supposed to press on, we are supposed to push on, and we are not supposed to give up. And we're not supposed to try compare ourselves with others, because the moment you start comparing yourself with another person, especially we young people, unaona somebody at their 20s and wanaendesha a very big machine, akona a very big vehicle, and here you are struggling hata kupata chakula peke yake ya kula. And here you are because you're trying to compare yourself with that person, rafiki yako ambaye hujui hata pesa zake anatoa wapi. Unafika mahali unasema, kwani mimi nilizaliwa nikiwa kwani mimi si mtu, kwani Mungu wangu yeye hanioni, mbona Mungu asinipatie hizo pesa, hata mimi ningetaka ku drive nikiwa young and all that. Before you try compare yourself with another person, know that you came into this world alone, and in fact you came naked with nothing. At least now you have something, you have some clothes, you have some meal on the table. So never try to compare yourself with any other person, because that will always give you a reason why you're supposed to kind of feel like you're supposed to give up life. Be contented with whatever God gives you. Know that your dawn will one day come. Some will receive their healing very early. I'm very sure the first day this man went into the pool of Bethsaida, awaiting for his healing, somebody was healed that day. Day one. This man didn't know that his healing was to come after 38 years. But finally, his healing came. It could be you're seeing your friends getting rich while they are young. But there are some people who get rich while they are young, but they also lose that wealth that fast. Maybe you'll get your financial breakthrough at 30. Your friends got that at 20. Maybe you'll get that at 40. Your friends got that at 30. Or even at 20. Maybe your financial breakthrough is gonna come at your 50s. Who knows? Who knows? Only God knows. And the God who created you, the God who raises the sun, knows the reason why He created you. He created you for a reason, and He is not ready to give you up. So, my fellow viewer, don't ever give up. The story from the Bible should inspire you to press on. Kama haujangoja for 38 years, ukingoja for 38 years for sure kabisa, na kabisa haujapata solution to your problem, akipiga magoti na uambie Mungu, inaonekana unataka niingie kwa the Guinness Book of Records ya Bible, kwa sababu the man ambaye tunajua amewahi kuwa patient sana akingojea healing na akapata healing ni huyu wa 38 years. Kwani unataka Mungu mimi nikuwe biblical example ama nini? So kama hujangoja for 38 years, please don't give up. Wengine ni wadogo, sisi ni wadogo, wengine tuna give up at 20 years, tuna give up at 25 years, tuna give up at 30 years. Jamani, wait for 38 years. So, my fellow brothers, my fellow sisters, my fellow parents, let's not give up. So let's give ourselves one more day. Let's give God a chance, because the God who created us has a reason and a purpose for our lives. Nothing in this world exists as an accident. Nothing, including you. And God knows when it's right for you to receive what He has in store for you. And remember, God's timing is the best. May God bless you, and may your financial breakthrough find you early enough before you decide to give up. Thank you. I'm Prince Obi here. I'm humbled that you listened to me. Please don't forget to share, like the video, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more like this. Thank you so much.